when you're a boss lady, does it mean that you should be bossy? I don't think so, guys. Like, the fact that you're a boss lady, I think a boss lady means that someone who doesn't, because you're a lady, you don't just sit down and you expect a man to provide everything for you. You work hard, you push, you're a boss, you are pushful, stuff like that. I don't think a boss lady means that you should be bossy, because bossy means, you know what bossy means? Like, you're there and others are down there, which is not great, because even someone who is a boss and has employees, when they say that person is bossy, it's still like a bad thing, like a bad character, a bad attribute to that person. Because, guys, in this episode of the video of tonight's show, the 10 guys, like, KATRINA literally accepted, because a lot of people said that Kena was very bossy in the house, like they complained, and she didn't even deny it, guys. She said, yeah, she knows that she was bossy, but it's not because of her. It's because she's a boss lady. So is that the definition of what a boss lady is? I don't know. But guys, if you're new to my channel, kindly hit the bell notification and subscribe to my channel and join the family. And do not bother about the lighting quality, because it's going to be fixed as soon as possible. So, guys, first of all, in tonight's show, there was still a lot of talk, a lot of complaints about food, and it was mostly the males, the guys, that were complaining about this. Like, Prince complained about this, Ozo complained about this, like a lot of people were complaining about this. Now, this is what so when they were complaining, the complaints were mostly towards Lucy and KATRINA. Like, the two of them were disturbing a lot when it comes to food in the house. So when Ozo had to talk on this matter, he was like, as for me, like, as for him, he saw nothing wrong with the bossiness or the way that Lucy acted when it came to food or when it came to kitchen related things. Because for Lucy, she would cook, but her own issues, like, she was always bringing issues only when somebody cooks and leaves the kitchen dirty. So she was like, no, clean up there, do this, don't leave things scattered. So that was her own way of being authoritative. And also thinks that it was cool, it was okay. Even New thinks the same thing as well, and many other housemates. So they thought that, well, maybe she reacted in a wrong way, but her reasons were actually genuine, because maybe if she didn't react that way, at the end of the day, they would finish cooking and the kitchen would be dirty and stuff like that. But now, that is what Ozo said about Lucy. So Ozo was cool with the way Lucy would behave when it comes to food, because every time that Lucy would finish cooking, Lucy would always give them food, like give everybody food normally or equally. But now Ozo complained that when it came to KATRINA, it was not about the hygiene, it was not about the cleanliness, it was about her cooking food and choosing the kind of people, or the people that she's going to share the food with, right? Yeah, she was cooking food, and then she was choosing whom she's going to give the food to, or whom she's going to give the first portions of the food to. That means somebody would be around ready to eat, and food is ready, prepared by KATRINA, but instead of sharing to them, she's going to keep it because she wants it for particular people. And most housemates, like, they agree to this, and I myself, I agree to this because I watched the show, you guys. But Kena didn't agree. Kena would never accept something if she's not sure of, or even if she did it once and forgot, she cannot even accept it. But she didn't deny the fact that she was bossy. Like I said earlier, she said she's a bossy person. That's how she is inside the show and out of the show, and she's this bossy because she's a boss lady. That was her own defense. So, and this happened, it made KATRINA to be even mad. Like, well, I was myself, I was trying, I was still, because she was, I think she was the first to be evicted, yeah. So She was even like, okay, I was honest, I opened up myself, like I was living my real life, still trying, still getting to know housemates, and you guys evicted me. You guys, you guys f you something something evicted me from the house. You guys nominated me, most of you nominated me. Why? Like because I was real or something like that. But I think it's normal if you are doing you and people don't like you and people are in a position where they can nominate you to leave. I think it's okay. But well, I'm so like, I think Kena did so well from the house. Kena is normally from, she's from a poor background, but she's now into a big background. She was wealthy before she went into the house. But given that she left the house so early and she's doing so well, she's very successful in her businesses, her brand deals and everything. And she, like, almost everybody always mentions Kena. If even though she left so early, she's always almost at the reunion because there is something that she will talk about, or there's something that concerns her, there's something that she's going to be asked, you guys. So this happened, and I think that Kena really, I'm so sure that if KATRINA stayed longer in the house, it would have been, the show would have been the bomb. Well, it was still good, but given the content that I'm seeing from KATRINA, the show would have been much, much, much more fun than it was. Now, like I said in the other video about Nengi being fake, a lot of people think that Nengi was fake. Like, they still think that Nengi is fake. Now, you'll notice that, okay, Nengi, like what happened, right? When Ozo was leaving the house, Ozo was after Nengi, behind Nengi, wanting Nengi to have a relationship with him, and Nengi refused. Why? Because she said she had a situationship out of the house, which was honesty, If not, she would have tried to use it as a strategy, because dating in the house is a strategy. You have your own fans, and if you're up for eviction, if the fans of your partner, if they love you, so your own fans will vote for you and the fans of your partner will vote for you. So Nengi would still have, used the opportunity to date Ozo for the show. But Nengi did not. She was kind of honest about it. But then when Nengi came out of the house, she started sneaking up and down, left and right. Till now, you have groups, you have Ozone shippers, but actually it's still, even when they talked about relationships, it's still kind of shallow, it's still kind of sneaky. Like, it's different from what you see with Neo and V, because there's no pretense, there's nothing. So most of these housemates think that Nengi was like the one faking everything in the house, and I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But so, okay, after that, fans were talking a lot on Instagram about the show, and some fans think that Ebuka is defending Prince. I'm reading this actually because I wrote it down. Then most of these ex-housemates are liars and pretenders, you guys. This one is coming from me. They lie a lot. Somebody will tell you that it's just a game. I just went to the house to do this, do this. It's not all about the money. Guys, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. That's what we say. Somebody will lose a phone that he bought for 500,000 or 700,000. I'll be like, it's not about the phone. That it's not even about the phone that I'm crying. It's my SIM. How much did you buy that SIM? Yeah, I know that you may have contacts, but don't just fake it that you're crying just the SIM. You're crying that phone, but because we are in a country or in a continent that people would always pretend. So I'm saying this because of that Prince thing, that some people will not win and they'll be happy about it. They'll be pretending or truly being happy about the fact that others have won, unlike Prince was, but actually it hurts them. They just don't want to show it. So guys, that was like a lot of different things didn't happen during the show. It was mostly about the food stuff and then the Prince stuff, but this Prince stuff was really detailed. Like, the whole show could not contain it. I think the next episode is going to still contain part of this Prince wahala and then some other things. And guys, so far so good. I think that KATRINA, like I said, and Lucy, those guys were fire. Like, if they stayed longer in the house, they would have given us a show. However, we had a show and we have nothing to regret about it. So do I still have something to tell you guys? If you watch the show and there's something that I